Photography, study of light. It's not a direct translation, leave me alone. Background to see. But only he is in focus, right? Right, tracking? Cool. But if I turn this up, it gets
Oh, it's so dark.
You can still see him. A lot more is going to be in focus, but there's no light. Because now you've gone from this to this. Same thing with your eyes. When it gets super bright, your pupils, constrict.
That's the opposite of, now I know.
There's a trick you can do with your fist. If you like wear glasses and you don't have them with you,
Shot right.
Oh, and you just kind of...
you like have to, if you can do this, you can like see further a little bit. You make like a small, like tiny bit.
Just kind of do that a little bit. I did not know that. I just got educated.
Right?
That's what I do
For
with the other
free, because I'm not paying my tuition anymore. Yeah.
Can I have $5?
$5?
I'll send you an invoice.
I said I'm not paying tuition. I'm still paying my student loans. So right now it's set to ISO 800. That's like middle of the road. You fucker.
What'd you call me?
Listen, what he does in his personal time is not my business.
So when he's saying zebra, he's talking about
No,
the
there's, like, literal
on-screen
zebra lines on the
effect that
screen.
shows you what is too bright.
Yes.
If you took a photo like that, it wouldn't capture the lines, it would just capture the overexposure, correct?
Yes. Those lines are just for you to see here. They do not translate on the actual footage or picture.
Oh, okay. Shane, look kind of cool.
I mean, if you really wanted to, you can add them
You're
in.
like, this is a graphics class. That's part of the aesthetic.
I mean, if you can figure out a way to do it. If I put it in 30, it's a little bit darker because the
You gotta get
amount...
some movement.
Huh?
Don't worry about it.
As you have more frames in that time, that equates to you having it on like a DSLR where it takes...
I'm looking at the thing. I'm sorry. I will sit still.
I look over and then I look back and you're just like holding chairs and
I'm
shit.
just trying to make some animation, you know?
60 is typically used for slow motion because if you take 60 frames per second and drop that in a 24 frame timeline, you have a lot more images that you can drag out, and that's how you get the slow motion. Whereas if you're doing like a stop motion, that's typically like 10 to 13 frames a second, maybe 24, and that's how you get that choppiness. The 3 best friends that anybody could have.
Okay, do we want to bring in some of these lights?
Yes. Stupid.
Here we go.
That'll work.
Yeah. 1, 3, 7, 11. All right, they should all be on, right?
There's also a cheat you can do called a neutral density filter. Ah.
That's like sunglasses.
That's exactly what it is. It is sunglasses for your lens and or sensor. Flap your arms or something. You see how that drags like that?
I'm flying like an eagle.
Actually, I guess I don't actually have to record this.
Me convincing my mom to let my cousin stay the night.
Yeah, if you record some of that and then send it to me after, we can do some green screen stuff next class.
Oh, it's Are you sure you want to put yourself in that? Remember Shia LaBeouf?
You know what? I already put myself out there. What's one more? I'm already on YouTube making a fool of myself. So
I have one YouTube video that no one will ever find.
I'm going to find it and send it to everyone.
You can stop.
Okay.
That's where you're going to get that drag. That's where you're going to see more of that. What is that called?
motion blur.
Thank you.
Motion blur.
Words are really bad. I'm really good with words unless I need to remember what they are. Oh, yeah, there's 2 different kinds of lenses. You have zoom lenses and you have prime lenses. This is a zoom because it does what? It zooms. A prime lens, the one that I held up earlier, that I can move the aperture, that's a prime lens. Whatever that focal range is, that's it.
So I'm trying to bring it in context of our project right now, right? So right now we're trying to do longer form storytelling through like motion design.
Right.
Motion design is not just graphics and animation, it could also be video, right?
Just keep walking. That's terrifying.
There's no way. It looks like a grudge. Oh my god, okay. See, and now you get up to my face, and they're super detailed. So we're now not focusing on the character in the scene, we're like focusing maybe on the eyes of the character, or like what is the expression? How do we feel about seeing the person that up close? And then we also have like medium shots, which are just showing a little bit of the scene, showing a little bit of the character, right? But I think if you're working on your projects and you are trying to incorporate some video, having a variation between really wide shots and then maybe cutting to a really close-up shot and then maybe cutting to a medium shot, that'll keep things energetic and have like a dynamic pace to them. And that helps with your storytelling. What are you thinking?
One question relating to the project. So how would this work for people who need to use pre-existing footage? Because like I'm not about to spend $3,000 and convince the Eagles I'm like a press person.
Oh, for sure. I'm not trying to say buy anything. Absolutely go online. If you don't want to go out with film stuff, go online and look up stock footage and download that.
So you've got your tight shot. You see hands moving. You see they're typing something. You still don't know who it is. You don't know. Do you actually need me to explain everything?
No, you got it. The way you're doing it. Do your thing.
Cool. You got your tight shot, right? Hands. You don't know who or what. Medium. You can identify who, not necessarily where. Right? And then your establishing shot shows what they're doing, who's doing it, and where they're doing it. Does not have to be in that order. It all depends on what story you're trying to tell. If a shutter speed is super fast, what's going to happen?
The picture's gonna be more crisp, but there's gonna be less light.
Exactly.
Boom.
If you have a low ISO, what happens? If you don't know, it's fine.
Lillian's smart.
Less sensitive to light, and then higher ISO is more sensitivity to light.
Hell yes! Those research skills. Bam, right there.
So that one has 4 bulbs in it, but you can't see the bulbs. That's because there's diffusion on it, which kind of softens it and makes those just one big light source. Whereas if you look at those right there, that has a whole bunch of really tiny lights, and those actually can give you some weird little shadows. Like if you look there, you can see like I really have like 2 or 3 shadows in the ground. You don't really want that, because those also show up on your face and everywhere else. Point source lights, think of it as the sun. It's a big light, but in relation to us, it's only like what, that big? 3 light setup. Key light, you have your fill light, and you have a, thank you. I was trying to figure out if I want to go with backlight or hair light. Same thing, different name.
Key light. I'm pointing directly at you. Fill light. This is filling the rest of the shadows. And then backlight. You know, like halation. Okay. I just had to visualize there.
Closer is going to be harder. Further away is going to be softer and a lot softer shadows. So if you look on the other side of their face, it's not going to be as sharp, especially like on the nose. But they still have a lot of that shadow on the opposite side of where the light is. And then that is going to be your fill light. Literally fills shadows. You don't always want those harsh shadows on the opposite side. You want to have nice, soft, flattering light, or you just want everything to be more evenly exposed, have a light on the opposite side, and fill in those shadows. That light, which isn't entirely doing right now, but we're going to say it is your backlight. It's going to expose your background, or if you have it aimed, I'm going to not point this at your face anymore for the time being. You can either have it aimed at your background, or you can have it aimed at the back of them and give them a highlight, give them a halo, give them some sort of separation from that background. So that might just be like an edge of light hitting like their head, their shoulder, stuff like that, just like a little glow there. Golden hour shots. Sun's behind you, have like that nice glow behind you, like hitting the side of you, looks all nice and pretty. That's your backlight. Or if you're facing the sun, It's hitting you, making your skin look all nice and glowy and pretty and sparkly. That's your key light.
I have a question.
Ooh, what's your
How do
question?
you like someone that's wearing glasses without it reflecting off their glasses?
Ah.
It's not something that happens.
It's angles.
Ooh, can
So-
we explore that?
We can explore that. Absolutely. And it's super easy.
Would you mind being our test subject, Katie? Wait, Dylan's got. Oh, now, Katie, you can also sit. No. Okay.
So there's obviously a glare on their glasses, right? It's all an angle of where your camera is and where the light is. So as we had it originally, if that light is all the way up here, that angle is going to go there and then go down. So if you're aiming up, I'll still see it. But as long as you're not in that plane, as long as you're not in that angle of reflection, you won't hit it.
That was beautiful.
Gee, thanks, mister.
Yeah, anytime.
Any other very specific applications that you want to go over?
How would you change the temperature? Is that something you do?
So it depends on the light. So this light, you can actually change with this knob. Whoops, not that. With that. Are you all familiar with what color temperature is?
Warm or cold. That's how I remember it.
Yeah.
Because if we start talking about kelvins and math, I'm going to be overwhelmed.
That's why I was like, if you know what color temperature is, I'm not going to get into that. So if you have a light that you can change it on there, change it on the light. Otherwise, your camera can do it. And that's when you start going into, well, either way, you're going to go into Kelvin.
White balance.
Thank you. Very orange, very warm, very inviting. Put it that way.
Oh, just like Dylan's personality.
Aww.
Look at that. We're making art, guys.
Now it's a lot more blue, a lot more cold, a lot less. Huh?
One eyebrow.
Yes. Less fireplace, more hospital. Very sterile, less inviting.
Ooh, that is a great analogy.
2 gold stars for the day. You're probably at like 5, honestly. I don't know.
Ooh, can we do a backlight thing?
Sure. Here, take this one.
That one? Wait, oh my god, this one's so nice.
Do you want to move the paper?
Yeah, wait, let's move the paper so we can record something so we can use it.
Okay. I think it just needs to be plugged in.
I'm waiting for instruction, actually.
Oh,
It is plugged in.
it is?
Turn it on.
Yeah. You're just going to stand behind them.
We
Okay.
need to go up around the other way. 'Cause you're down.
Yeah.
You can just put the ballast on the ground.
Wait, what?
Just put the ballast down.
This? What'd you call it?
It's called a ballast.
Ballast.
Yes.
Looks like a big button to me.
Pretty much. That actually manages like the power intake and controls it and blah, 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 blah,
I
bullshit.
hear you.
So that's a nice application of how you can actually see a backlight or a hair light. How it just edges. Like right here, you have that nice little light there. It makes it all look sparkly and pretty. Stand like right here and aim directly at that.
Ooh.
Turn it all the way up. It's just like a little circle dial.
Yep, I got it. 100%.
All right. So aim like here.
Right here?
Yep. No light. Shadowy. Light.
Ah.
Ooh.
Ah. Yes.
Same thing with like if I were to hold it up here. Take it away. I actually can't see from the front. Is it doing what I'm intending it for it to do?
Yes. Yeah.
Beautiful. So that's what you're going to be doing with the ceiling.
If you move light, that already, we got some motion design. We are designing in motion. You see that?
You are going to blind everyone.
I'm sorry.
I'm a circle of light.
Do you guys need sunglasses?
So we're gonna be doing like this. Goes, and then we gotta do.
I don't know if that's well. I like this, I like this, and I like just about both. Definitely, I'm gonna tell you once, that's fine.
The song, the dance.
Backlight.
else has to answer the song.
Who's coming up? No? Thank you for doing that.
Is this how your classes
Now we
normally
have some
go?
prime meme content.
Sounds like way more fun than my classes. I think
Yeah,
I covered everything.
you did.
That I intended to.
It was beautiful. Thank you for doing that.
No problem.
I had a lot of fun.
Two. I'm trying to think.
What are you trying to think about? I think we got a good big picture of everything.
Sure.
I think so. And you know, this is stuff I'll repeat in class. It's not like you're showing them stuff, now we're throwing them into deep. I'm gonna
No,
reference.
everyone has to go make a Michael Bay movie right now.
Yeah. Actually, we have a 50 question exam next class.
Well, it's 100% your grade.
It's 100% of your grade. Katie's really digging a real deep grave for all of you.
What I learned at boating school is. And that is the only correct answer.